Adding like mixed numbers. Now, if it's a like fraction, that means you have the same denominators. To the left, I have the steps on how to add mixed numbers effectively. The first thing you do is you add the fractions. The second thing you do is regroup if you need to. Then you add your wholes, and I like to simplify at the end. So let's see what it looks like using these two math problems. Let's hop into number 1. This is 1 3/10 plus 3/10. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my fractions together. I have 3/10. That's kind of thick. There we go. I have 3/10 plus 3/10. If I start with tenths and I add tenths, I'm going to end with tenths. And 3 plus 3 is 6. So I have my first part of my mixed number answer, 6/10. Now I look at my wholes. I have 1 whole plus 3 wholes, and that gives me 4 wholes. So my answer is close to 4 6/10, but the last thing I need to do before you get done with any subtraction problem is see if you can simplify it. Is there anything that can go into both the denominator or numerator and the denominator? My factors of 6 are 1 and 6, 2 and 3. My factors of 10 are 2 and 5, 1 and 10. And the biggest thing they have in common is the number 2. So whenever I divide it, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And I put my whole number right here. So I have my final answer of 4 3/5, which makes sense. If I have 1 and some change plus 3 and some change, I'm going to get 4 and some change. Number 2 is a problem where you are going to have to regroup. So what does that look like? You're going to start by adding your fractions. 4/6 plus 4/6. If I start with a 6 and I add a 6, I'm going to end up with 6. And 4 plus 4 is 8. Now, in your answer, you cannot have a mixed number with an improper fraction. That doesn't work. So you need to simplify it. Now, also, this is another good example. Some people like to simplify during the adding the fraction stage. Some people like to simplify at the end. So let's simplify this fraction completely while we see it. So 8/6. I'm going to see, okay, let's see if they have any factors in common. 8 has 2 and 4, 1 and 8. 6 has 1 and 6, 3 and 2, so they both have the 2 in common. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 6 divided by 2 is 3, so I have the answer of 4/3. And now I'm going to change this problem to a mixed number. How many times can 3 go into 4 without going over? 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. That's too big. So it goes in there 1 time. Keep my denominator. And 1 times 3 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. So I have 1 1/3 as my answer. Now, some people struggle with this part, which is simplifying a improper fraction. If you struggle with that, I always tell students, just draw it out. Try to draw out 4/3. So I'm going to order a pizza, and it's broken up into thirds. And I'm going to try to shade in 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't have enough pizza, so I'll order another one. It's broken up into thirds. I eat one more slice, so that's 4 slices. This is my 1 whole. This is my 1/3. So if you struggle with simplifying it, especially from an improper to a mixed, just draw it out. So now I have part of my answer. I have 1/3 as my fraction, but now I need to add up all of my wholes. I have my 3 wholes, I have my 2 wholes, and I also have my regrouped wholes. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So I have the final answer of 6 1/3. That is how you add like mixed numbers, fractions, mixed numbers that have the same denominators. If you struggle with simplifying, go back and watch my videos on simplifying, or if you have troubles with adding like fractions, go back to my videos on adding like fractions. Please make sure to like and subscribe.